currently monitoring this story for you. British Prime Minister is now arriving ahead of that much important meeting of US President Donald Trump with, of course, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And this is to talk about some of those security guarantees. Let's take a look at some of this. Is in fact the live visuals that are coming in from there. And we understand UK Prime Minister Starmer has just arrived at the Oval Office, and of course they are expecting more of European leaders that will be joining in the talks in Washington as a show of unity with Ukraine. And of course Trump also ruling out Ukraine there joining on NATO, reclaiming Crimea, or illegally annexed by Moscow in 2014 in a future peace deal to end the Russia-Ukraine war. So those basically are some of the deliberations that are to take place on the agenda. And Volodymyr Zelensky there says Vladimir Putin wanted to humiliate some diplomatic efforts ahead of his meeting with Donald Trump at the White House. And he also stated that 10 people had been killed in cynical Russian strikes right across the Ukraine. This ahead of this afternoon's meeting. We will be giving you blow-by-blow updates, and we will be getting some more analysis from our correspondent in New York as soon as of course, those meeting preparations start getting away. Right, let's now take you live, of course, to Washington, D.C., where the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is currently arriving. There you can see him on the insert there ahead of that much important meeting between United States President Donald Trump alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And we do understand, of course, Sir Keir Starmer's interventions on a possible Ukrainian peace process. There seems to be quite a significant gap there between his careful public pronouncement as well as more pragmatic private views there. The only constant one is, of course, being the Prime Minister's regular condemnation of Russia's President Putin, as well as support for President Zelensky. And we understand much of the focus of this meeting is going to be centered around what, of course, took place at that meeting or summit in Alaska between United States President Donald Trump as well as his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, where we understand a lot of talk towards, of course, agreements centering around security guarantees for Ukraine, as well as some of those land rebates that could obviously be settled. We are, of course, going to be giving you those live visuals as well as deliberations as soon as they take place from the Oval Office.